I might be a little bit subdued because it is now Saturday morning, and it's the day after the day before. The morning after the night. Well, it's not. It wasn't the night before. um, it's the following day from what ended up being a really rather lovely day. And you know how I do these things these days, and I just felt like I wanted to absolutely wax lyrical yesterday, but I was also very tired. um, and it was quite late by the time we actually got home. I mean, did we go on an adventure yesterday? Um, well, we kind of did. Not really. I mean, it's just right. Okay, where do I start? I fancied some time at the Clyde yesterday. So, at the last minute after Thursday's adventure in the city with Michelle and looking for all the things, playing Minds ad poster bingo. I thought, like, yesterday, I'm going, oh, the weather's going to be really lovely again. I could try and do the thing with Weems Bay and then go into the Isle of Bute, but I'm really not kind of feeling it as such. Like, I just was sort of like, I don't know, it's not going to be warm enough, I just don't know. It feels like it's kind of too late in the season to push doing something like that. So I kind of knocked that on the head. And Sterling is always keeps on being there, like, as a potential of just somewhere else to go. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I just want to hang local. I just want to stay local. And on Thursday, I did my thing on Thursday going, oh, I didn't even get down to the Clyde. Well, on the Tuesday when I went in by myself to do more of the ad poster hunting, I was sort of like, well, I was like at the top end, like a West End sort of thing. And as I got to, well, yeah, I went to Partick, didn't I? Because I was trying the thingy. I was tried the Sainsbury's there for the tout. When I was in Partick, you kind of like, there was a particular section of it that I was at, and I'm going, well, just over there is the Clyde, and I could just take a wander down there for a little bit, just to see it. And I thought, oh no, just look at all this other stuff to do. Don't worry, another time. And then when I got home on Thursday, I was like, oh, I still didn't do the Clyde. I'm missing it. So yesterday I was just like, just go. Well, Thursday night actually, I was going, oh, I would just go into the city, I think, and just go down to the Clyde and maybe go back to the Riverside Museum and do the tall ship this time. So that's what happened. That's what happened yesterday. And the weather was just absolutely gloriously beautiful. It was just the most, this is the most beautiful autumnal day. Obviously, it wasn't warm, but it wasn't cold. It was just nice, It wasn't too bad. It was not like I was there going, oh my god, I should have rugged up. Like when we were down by the Clyde, it was really lovely. Made for some gorgeous pictures. I've got the most stunning photo of the tall ship there and the Riverside Museum there. It's beautiful. Hadn't done the tall ship until yesterday, and I mean, didn't really hang around in the museum itself that much yesterday. I was just checking out the steam engines because, you know, I was saying about how I was watching the thing about Springburn a few weeks back for the open days thing. So I was looking to see whether I could see if these steam engines were done locally, and so, like, well, one locomotive, sorry, steam engines. What am I about? Whether the locomotives on the display in there were like locally manufactured. I think I could see that both of the ones that I was looking at, well, one definitely, but said it was done at Calais, and I think the other one was done at Calais as well. I'm pretty sure both of them were. So, I kind of just went, oh well, tick. let's go let's go out and have a look at the tall ship, because, well, the first time I went, it was like middle of winter, and the tall ship was just like, you know, heaving at that time. Like, it was, you know, pre-COVID kind of bizzo, so it was just packed with people and that, and I thought, well, I don't want to push getting on there. And then when we went to the reopening of the museum, I was just so happy to be back in the museum and just wanted to actually look at it properly again. So, and we kind of did it and went, nah, we won't do the tall ship this time. It was a little bit popular because just that first day of reopening, you know, people were going on it a little bit more a little bit more than they were yesterday. So yesterday I was like, I couldn't believe how that at such short notice I could get tickets to get in. It seems a shame that, you know, something like that would normally be bustling because people could just rock up and just at the spur of the moment just go in there. Whereas now, I suppose people are being put off because they had to have a ticket first to get in, and which means it's kind of bare bones now. It's really empty. I mean, it was nice that first day because, you know, it was reopening. People were wanting to go back in and see it. So it was, although socially distanced and everything, just from the people that were milling around outside, there was a little kind of, you know, there was a frisson there. Like people were excited about it being open back up and wanting to be there and stuff. Whereas yesterday, despite the glorious weather, there was hardly anyone around, and there was really like nobody in the museum. I mean, when I say nobody, there was probably I don't know. It felt like there were fewer people, but there probably was on a par with how many people were there on reopening day, I guess. Maybe. Certainly wasn't as many people milling around on the tall ship yesterday, which was good. Because we did go on, and I went up at the top deck. I don't know how I got there because those steps are damn steep. And I'm really not great with heights, and I actually do I kind of really get vertigo now. It's terrible. Oh, it's awful. So I've climbed up the steps, and I'm just like, this is how I was the other day going over I'm getting really bad with it. I'm so terrible now. I feel so like just not sure on my feet at all when I get to anything that feels like a height I can't deal with, like, and like at a levitation that I can't, So like the other day I was going over the M8 sort of footbridge thing, sort of M8 Sauchiehall Street intersection, Spaghetti Junction, like thing, like, and I'm going over that footbridge, and I'm going, oh, I want to take a picture of, and I get about, well, not even, probably about 1/3 across the thing, and I'm setting myself up to take the picture, and as I'm taking the picture, I'm going, oh no, this was a really bad idea. I shouldn't have done this. And I take the picture, and then I'm just like trying to get to the side, like to just like hold on to the side. I was just like just wobbling, like, and just really feeling like my legs would turn to jelly, and I just felt like I was just gonna fall over. Like, it was really horrible. And I'm just like walking like this, like decrepit old lady, like going like, I need to get off this bridge. Oh, I was just feeling so bad. It's terrible. It really is terrible now. And there are things that I felt like I could still do. As a kid, I had none of this like fear of heights or things like that. I mean, there was the odd thing that made me kind of not feel so safe. um, I think it probably started with like walking over the harbour bridge. And I mean walking over the level bit of the harbour bridge, not walking over the freaking arch. Which I had this like ridiculous idea that I was going to do that. When did I go back? I think when I went back in 2008, I had this like really kind of ridiculous idea that I was going to go over the arch. Which didn't happen. um, and when I went back in 2015, I'm looking going, you really thought you were going to actually try and get over that arch? I don't think you were. I mean, I like crap myself just going over it in a train now. Oh, terrible, terrible. So I'm up on this thing. I'm up on the top deck of the tall ship and going through the same thing of like just my legs feeling like jelly, and then I'm gonna fall over. But I'm like looking down towards the city, down that like lovely like picturesque bit of the Clyde where you have like the science centre and the thing wing, whatever you call it, and the hydro and everything. It's like all there in front of you, and it's like it's just begging for a picture, but for you to be right at the top end of the top deck. And I'm like, I can't walk down there. I can't get down that bit. And I can't get a good enough picture from this point because the rest of the ship's in the way. Like, I'm just, oh, it was horrible. So I'm turned around and kind of just about gingerly took a picture of the museum, and then kind of a bit of the Clyde that way sort of thing. But and then I'm just like, oh, get me off. I can't do this. And then having to just go down like almost vertical steps to get back down. I'm just like, how am I going to get down these steps? I'm going to fall. Oh. I enjoyed the lower deck much more. And there's the ridiculous thing about the lower deck. So we go around the top deck and we go around this part of the ship, and then because of the whole thing, that it's like a one-way system, so you have to like do a kind of circuit of the ship in one direction, which, you know, you sort of enter it in through one, you know, in one bit, and then you have to exit from the other side. So we we're going, the exit's over there, but it's all roped off. How do we get over that bit of the ship? Waiting for a member of staff to just kind of come back onto the ship to kind of tell us, like, because I'm going, wait a minute, are we just meant to just hop over the, we can't be, because it's roped off, we can't just hop over the barrier, like, how do we get over? Not realizing that there was a lower deck, and you went down the lower deck, and then that took you sort of like down and then around to the other side of the ship. So we're standing there like just two idiots, just going, how do we, what the, how's everyone else getting off this ship? So a member of staff comes along and goes, can I help you ladies? And we're like, how do you get off this ship? Oh my god. Inwardly, he must have just been going, you two are just friggin' ridiculous. And he goes, there were steps down over that way. Like pointing to, yeah, you're seeing it from the wrong angle. But to our left, below the upper deck, there was a lower deck to go down, and then that was your way to get down. You can go down into the bowels of the ship and just, my god, it's so huge. It's like, I couldn't believe it, how spacious it looks when you get down below deck. It's amazing. And they have like just a little sample of how it would have been, like with all the sleeping quarters and everything, and just bits there, but it's actually pretty much all hollowed out. There's a cafe underneath there. It's amazing. There's a cafe, and the cafe has room for like several tables and chairs, like probably, you know, at full capacity, like 30, 40 people could be sitting around, and tables and chairs, like hanging out in the cafe. It's amazing. And they do weddings there. They do like weddings, and I'm like, oh, imagine getting married in this. That'd be amazing. I'm just gonna pause a minute because I need to just do something. Sorry, I could just hear myself getting very snotty and congested. I thought I'd better take care of my nose before it got too disgusting. So yeah, I mean, they do weddings there under there, which would be amazing. And there is room, like I would think, well, pre-COVID, you probably could have easily like 100, 150 guests below. It would be amazing. So yeah, we had something at the cafe, and we found an exit. It was lovely being in there, or being on there and in there. It was really lovely. And sorry, oh, my eyes. Sorry, I am feeling a little today. A little ratty. Um, yeah, so I was happy to get on the tall ship and have a look around and enjoy it. And sorry, I'm just gonna pause yet again because I have something else going on now that I need to deal with. I wish I felt up to this last night because I feel really like deflated this morning. I'm like, I feel really tired and stuff. Um, so after we had gone there and just had the little mini saunter around the transport museum again, and then did the tall ship, and then had a little bit of time just enjoying the visual splendour of the Clyde. We went back up to Partick and took a bus to to the amazing Brayhead shopping centre. um, which I didn't realise it was so close to the Clyde, because you could see that massive ship, the whatever it is, I don't know what it is, can't remember its name, but the one that's docked, the like passenger cruise ship thing, it's freaking humongous. um, so yeah, you could see it from like as you're approaching, after you leave the hospital, and the bus is making its way down the to Brayhead, you can see this bloody thing like it's gigantic. Yeah, I was on the search for I was talking about the wonderful domesticity of like running out of talc that's perfume free, and Sainsbury's is the only place I can get this perfume free talc. Hooray for the mega Sainsbury's at Brayhead, because I could get some at last. Oh my god, it is such a huge Sainsbury's. Didn't even look at it properly the last time we were there, which is, not nearly a year ago, but probably about 9 months ago or something. It was forever ago. um, yeah. And then once we finished at Brayhead, which we didn't hang around long because it didn't actually go into bit. Well, only just walked in to get to the M&S food hall. Now that is an M&S food hall. Oh my god, that M&S food hall is on par with like, you know how I keep referring to London Colney as the most massive Sainsbury's I'd ever been in to, apart from the one at Brayhead. Well, this Sainsbury's at London Colney has an M&S food hall next to it, which is humongous. So it was like the same situation, except the food hall at Brayhead is at the Into, and then the Sainsbury's is down the other way. But both just on a scale with the massive proportions. So that M&S had everything. Didn't really look through it that much. Yeah, so we just went in there, had a quick look around, went down to the Sainsbury's to search for the stuff that we needed to tick off, and then waited for a bus for like frickin' ages. When we got to Partick, it took a 77 down to Brayhead. but a 90 would bring us all the way back home. Like a 90 brings us like back to Hawthorne Street and to a bus stop that's like 300 yards away from our house. So I'm like, oh, let's just get the 90 back, because then we won't have to worry about, doing all the, like a kind of triple run sort of thing. Like, oh, we take the 77 back to Partick and then get from Partick back to Buchanan Street and then get on the train back from, get to Queen Street and the train back to Ashfield. And that taking like a million years to do that. Or just get on the 90 and then we're on the one bus and, worst decision ever. Well, I say worst decision ever, but there was some positives to be taken from it. Because, well, one, there was the pain in the ass of there was meant to be one that was leaving at 4:20. We got to the bus stop at 4:10. And by 4:20, there was nothing. 25 past, 30, we're like, I haven't even seen a 90 arriving, let alone, when the hell is it going to kind of leave? So, just after 4:30, one comes in. We're like, yay, okay. About a few minutes, getting around the circuit, we'll come back round and collect us and on and we'll go. No. He must have just sat at the stop because we were outside the thing just by the IKEA. We weren't in the stop right by the shopping mall kind of entrance. We were down at this other one outside the IKEA. So we're like, oh, it must have sat at the one for about 15 minutes, because it was like 4:45. It was 4:45 by the time it actually come back to the stop for us to get on it. So we get on. I'm like, yeah, okay. It'll meander a bit, but it'll be a fun journey. It won't take that long. We'll be home by, I don't know. I'm thinking in my head, we'll be home by 5:30, maybe 5:45 at the latest. I know it'll take a while, but it won't take that long. Once you leave Braehead, you go back to the hospital, and then from the hospital you go back. I think from the hospital you go back to, I'm going to get this wrong. Then from the hospital you go back to you go back to Partick, I think. And then from there you go to Govan and through Ibrox. I'm like, shit hill, where is this going? So I gotta find the thing now, because it just meandered all the way around the south side. Like, I've never seen so much of the south side until yesterday. Because it went every fucking way. Right, so we went. Sorry, I'm going to get my bearings. Right. So, yeah, it left Braehead. No, I couldn't have gone back to Partick, because that would make no sense. No, it went from Braehead back to the Queen Elizabeth University Hospital. And then from there, it went Govan, Ibrox. I think then it kind of we were getting a bit leafy there after a while, so I think it went through Shawlands, and I mean, I was seeing things like, yeah, I actually might have went down as far as Pollock Shores. We went by Cross Maloof. I mean, it was just good. I mean, seeing all this stuff. Langside. I mean, it was everywhere, fucking everywhere. The south side, honestly, it's like it just went. It was like it was just weaving everywhere. Yeah, I think we must have went possibly because I'm where is that? I'm just trying to see where Crossmaloof station is because we bypassed Crossmaloof station. So I'm trying to see which way it went. Right, so it must have come that way because we went by Crossmaloof station. Then I'm sure we went through Shorelands because we went by Langside. So you must have gone down. Oh, that's crazy. So when we went by Crossmaloof Station, down the Shorelands, along Langside, probably hit maybe a bit of Cathcart, went back up to Mount Florida, went by Kings Park. Yeah, it was like, you know, here's the tour of the South Side for you, seeing as you've never been. We'll take you on the grand tour. Went by Tory Glen. That was the bit where I went, okie dokie. This is almost making this meandering worthwhile. Because I'm suddenly going, shit, we have to be near. Especially as we got by, we were going near Mount Florida, and then we're near Kings Park. I'm going, right, we're in the vicinity. And then suddenly I could see the Astor, and I went, and also I could see the kind of the vacant bit of where I think where the flats were. Uh, and I'm like, oh shit. And then I saw the Asda, and then I could see the signage for Prospect Hill Road, and I'm like, oh my god, shit. And then we kind of come in, you sort of come in around the road, like past the Asda and the big sort of Tory Glen regional, whatever it is, football thingo, whatever it is, that big thing. What is it? Sorry, I've got the map. It is, you see? Oh, come on. It should be showing up. Actually, the first thing I saw was Hampden Park. That was the thing that really actually alerted me. We're going along, and I know it was because they're going, there's Hampden Park. If we're going past Hampden Park, then we're very, very near. Oh, that's it. The Tory Glen Regional Football Centre. So we come down that way. So I'm trying to work out which way we come down. Yeah, so we must sorry, I'm looking again now. Maybe we just did come down there. Maybe we just went, because we definitely went past Crossmaloof Station. So maybe we just went down Langside Avenue. But then we were going through things, maybe that's further along. I'm not sure. We went through a really leafy bit, so that's why I'm thinking that maybe we from Crossmouth, we went down the shorelands and then back up because there was some friggin' leafy bits there. The other half was going, Jesus, it looks a bit moneyed around here. It's a bit of a pisser if you're getting on at Govan and Ibrox and you're having to go through all of that before you get to... Just to rub it in. Yeah, so maybe we just went down Langside Road, maybe. I don't know, but it just it felt like I meandered everywhere. So we ended up all over the friggin' place. Went past some bridges. I got a picture. I was trying to take pictures in this moving bus. It's just... I didn't get a very good picture. But I'm going, like, if I took the 90 to get there, it'd be like, it'd take me forever just to be able to just do that. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous journey. So from there, and then you end up going through Rutherglen, and and then from there it's you go up to the Forge, and you know, like going through east side stuff. So like I wish I could find a thing of the 90, like that it showed a complete route of the 90, because it just seemed to just went everywhere. It just went everywhere. Yeah, so I went to the Forge, and then I was going through Denniston, and then eventually I was actually starting to see signs of home. As we were going through Denniston, I'm like, okay, we're in the east, you know, going along Duke Street. And I'm like, okay, well, eventually, we're nearing. We're nearing. Yeah, so actually, as I'm looking at it, because I'm forgetting, we also went by Celtic Park as well. So we had the triple whammy of the three big stadiums, because we went by Ibrox. So, so we went by Ibrox, and then Hampden Park, and then Celtic Park. So yeah, after going through Rutherglen, we come up through Dalmarnock and near Celtic Park, down Duke Street. You end up you go down Duke Street, and then bypass the Necropolis and past the Tennant's Brewery. and then finally you like get back to the north side. Then finally I'm actually seeing stuff that I remember, going, right, we're nearing home. It just seemed to take forever, because then, like, as we're going past the Tesco Extra at some Rolex, and I could see Sight Hill, and I'm like, okay, at last. An hour and a half it took to get home on this bus from Braehead back home. Like, insane. It was like a sightseeing tour bus without the sightseeing tour bus price tag and the open top. I mean, it was a double decker. Probably could have, just gone upstairs. It would have been great. Oh, the windows were open. I assume as a kind of like, just not having people like breathing on each other kind of thing. But Jesus, it was getting chilly. Yeah, so 6:15 we got home. But hey, I mean, I actually went through Tory Glen as a consequence by complete accident, really, because I had no idea the 90 was gonna meander like that all the way home. I didn't realize that it actually just takes this big long friggin' circuit that all around the city, like in a massive, like, not even, I was gonna say 360-degree thing, but it's not. It's just going like weaving all around the place. But the thing is, I can't see from here that you actually go the short route to Braehead. I'm looking at the thing going, what? So you gotta do that thing to get back to it? Like, that's just insane. So, yeah, 377s went by while we waited for the 90. And so I've been looking this morning to see, by comparison, what it would have been like, because I didn't even notice. I didn't even know until the second 77 pulled up and I saw that it said Buchanan. And I'm like, we can get back to Buchanan Station on this one? Maybe that's what we should do. God. I wish we had have. Because it would have taken 40 minutes to get back from Braehead to Buchanan Station, and then all we would have had to do was walk down to Queen Street and take the one stop to get to Ashfield and meet home. It would have probably taken us about, well, it would have taken us less than an hour to get home had we had we done that particular thing, but we didn't. Because of me and my bright idea going, like, we just take the 90, it would just drop us by the door, basically. Yeah, after an hour and a half. Oh my god, it was like the longest bus journey. Like, the next time someone says, oh, Glasgow's a small city, I'm gonna go, it might seem like it is. It might seem like it is. Even I fell victim to the, yeah, Glasgow's a small city. The actual city centre might be small, but it's not a small city. Oh my god, that was so long. It was so long. But hey, I got to see like 3 football stadiums. Someone's old haunt. Yeah. Oh, also we have fun. We have fun on just to complete the whole thing. As we're going through governing into Ibrox, the kids didn't let us down. There were 3 kids out on the roadside together. One's just like on a bike and just kind of like, looking at all the people in the bus and having a laugh. And the other one has something. I don't know what hit the bus, but he threw something at the bus. Which was fun. I'm like, yeah, yeah. We're in the bit of the dodgy area. Oh my god. All kinds of things going on. But it's what I love about it. You know, I love those kind of juxtapositions of like, one minute you're in Ibrox and kids are throwing shit at the bus, the next minute you're going through Shorelands and hello, like. I mean, the best cities have all that kind of stuff going on, don't they, huh? So, anyway, that's that. And I suppose, oh my god, it's 45 minutes in, and I haven't even talked about what was going on social media yesterday while I was out and about doing stuff, which was the rescheduling of the rescheduling, which means I'm gonna be like going to about 7 Simple Minds gigs in the space of like 6 weeks. It's great. I shouldn't complain if it even happens. I feel like now it's just so far ahead. It's so into the future that I can't even think about it. I don't know. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that the February March dates were rescheduled yet again. I was preparing myself for them to be cancelled outright, given the the um, the Mogwai kind of gig that was happening at the Hydro a couple of days after the first rescheduled one for Mind was taking place a couple of days before that, and the Mogwai completely cancelled their date. I mean, it was a full-on cancellation, just going, yeah, we don't see the point in the rescheduling until such time as we know that the thing is going to go ahead. So, and I was preparing myself for Minds to do the same thing with the February and March dates, of just going, right, okay, we can't just keep on rescheduling, we're going to cancel. I'm surprised that we've gone for another reschedule. I really am. Well, there you go. We have done, but that means it all gets bumped together. So I think I shall put the dates down. I shall share them. Pardon me. But I think I have something like, see how we go. Because we've got Teo. I'm guessing Teo's still happening in the rescheduled July date. So that's going to be weird. Well, Paris and Bordeaux have not been touched yet, and they're rescheduled for March 23rd and 24th, which I'm not quite so happy about, because obviously at first they were 2 days apart. So I think it was like, yeah, I think Paris was on the 4th and Bordeaux was on the 6th. of April, which meant there was time for us to recoup physically and then get ourselves together to get to Bordeaux the following day. Whereas now, unless I go, Jim, can we hitch a ride on the tour bus? I just, it's gonna be fun. Yeah. So, and then if that doesn't get rescheduled, they're gonna be the first things. But I can't see how that's gonna be happening in March either. So, I'm assuming that is, yet to be rescheduled. And if they get bumped into like August as well, then I'm gonna have a deep concentration of gigs to go to, which would be fine. I mean, I don't know how many, like, I did. I'm trying to think how many acoustic shows I did in. Well, I did 9 acoustic shows, but I don't know the spacing. I mean, the acoustic tour was one little kind of compacted little tour around the UK, so I think I kind of jammed them all in about 3 weeks or something. Let me see. Glasgow was the 18th of April. No, 18th of May? Yeah, that's right, yeah. So Glasgow was 18th of May, and then the final one I went to was Dublin, because it was the Dublin double header, and they were like June 7 and 8, I think. So yeah, 9 gigs in the space of 3 weeks. Which wasn't, I mean, which is great when it's happening, but when it's all over, you're just like, it'd be nice to have one sort of like down there, like October time or something. But that was it. That was it for 2017. And we were just like in that little space, and that was it. Last year, 2018 was spaced out a lot better, because you had the Walk Between Worlds things. You had the Walk Between Worlds showcase stuff, and then they went off and did sort of like European festivals and things. So I had the like Walk Between Worlds showcase stuff, went to Aix-les-Bains in July, and then it was kind of late August, early September I didn't have any early September dates, but there were like sort of like through August was the Grand Slam stuff. So it was a nice spacing of stuff, and it worked out really well, which should have been how it would have been this year. It would have been like dates in April, Teo in July, August dates, down to Wars at the end of November. Wonderfully spaced out. Been brilliant. But it ain't happening. And I'm yet to have a look now to see how it's spaced out now. Spaced out. It's not spaced out. It's not spaced out. That's the point. Let me see. I think it isn't too bad. What have I done there? Spelled it wrong. I'm not myself today, really. I should have done all the excitement of yesterday. Yesterday. Right, here we go. Come on. So, Edinburgh Summer Sessions, 15th of August. Aberdeen P&J Live, 17th of August. Newcastle, 20th. Dublin, 24th. Maybe I just probably gonna have to knock Dublin on the head now, I think. Leeds, 28th. Glasgow, 29th. Thank you very much for that, for making me have to go down to Leeds and then the next day bloody get back home. Yeah, I think in amongst that, I mean, there's a good space. There's a good space between, I guess, between Newcastle and Leeds, to have Dublin in the middle. If I feel like I can still get to Dublin, it works out okay. It's not too bad. So I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 gigs in 2 weeks. It's a hard life. I would like them to be a little bit more spaced out, but 6 gigs in 2 weeks, hey? He's gonna be sick of the sight of me. By the time we get to Leeds, back to Leeds, it would just be like, you again. What the fuck? What are you doing here, cow? Yeah, so I don't know. I don't want to think about it because I don't want to think about all the potential things that I have to now cancel myself or just decide that it's not going to happen, or I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Anyway, never mind. It is what it is. Embrace the suck. Oh, how I wish I could. On that note, I'm gonna go because this is now nearly an hour long and that's ridiculous. I think I'm gonna have to just go. Right, this is probably maybe the last one. I think I keep saying these. I don't know. Oh, I thought I'd stop that.